Hari Om, Shri Ram, Ambadni. A very, very warm regards to all the super moms and super dads watching me at this point of time. When I get to know that I'm gifted or I'm blessed with a gifted baby, or my baby is little different, that she is not developing like any other neurotypical child, then things become little different. Most of the time, it becomes like a trauma to the parents to get to know that their child is neurodivergent. When they observe certain things that okay, some milestones are missed or some milestones child is just jumping, okay, by missing the things from one milestone to another, it is taking a lot of time. Or the neurodevelopmental process or that development is gets little bit here and there, and the parents are worried. See, basically, it's a basic innate natural instinct of every parent that they want the best for their child. They want to nurture the child in a way where they're going to put all their efforts, their energy, their time, their money. They're going to invest a lot. Every parent thinks in that sense. But what happens sometimes when we see that my child is little different, that he or she is not picking language as per her age. It is a very common and very significant, you can say, symptom or characteristic that you notice that my child is not speaking age appropriately. She's been like 1.5 years, 2 years, but meaningful words are not coming out. Then it becomes a thing or aspect of tension, little apprehension among the parents. Here we need to know that exactly when I am thinking my child is little different or is not picking up the things in the right way, he is neurodivergent. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, what you're supposed to do in the sense reaching out to doctors, professionals, getting the diagnosis done, and whatever the maybe the diagnosis, whether it's autism, whether it's ADHD, whether it's something different, that I'm not going to talk about. Most important thing is having and creating a roadmap for your child's success and his development, her development, is something you should always think about. I always say, I just give an example that some few weeks back, parent came to me, a couple with a child around 6 years of age. They came to meet me, and then when we were discussing about the child, the father seemed to be very enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. He told me that, "Ma'am, my child is doing very well with the therapies. Of course, very nice. He is such a great, you can say, his attention span, his tolerance, his uh, puzzle solving abilities, his those tabletop activities, and the sustainability of the child for one particular activity is immensely great. My child is, having immensely great." Then I said, "Can you just explain, give an example?" Then he said, "Yes, my child at this stage, he's 6 years old, but he can solve 200 pieces puzzle at a stretch when sitting on floor in the room for maybe 3 to 4 hours together, hours long together at a stretch." And while telling all these things, his happiness on his face and his enthusiasm was really very much obvious that I couldn't resist. My also happiness while hearing, while listening to that thing. But then when I asked the parent, okay, fine, he's so good solving puzzles of maybe 200 pieces, 300 pieces as a stretch, doing a lot of things. Should I ask you certain questions? Very simple questions. Just answer me. Is he the only child that you have? No, no. He has got a younger sibling also. Okay. How old is the sibling? He's 3 years. Okay. And he's a neurotypical. Yeah, definitely. He's a neurotypical child, and he speaks and does things and everything. My general first question was, how is the sibling bonding between both of them? He said, bonding means he understands that he is my brother. But what do you mean exactly by bonding? He said, bonding means there is warmth in the relationship. There is there are emotional expressions in the relationship. And when I come to sibling bonding, there is going to be a rivalry also at some point. There is comparison. There are arguments. There are fights. There are you can say care, empathy by a elder sibling towards the younger. In a simple word, if I give you an example that okay, I want to both of you want to go out for somewhere, or mama is just wanted to go down and take some vegetables from the shop or vendor, and she's just telling the elder one, okay, the name of the child is Arnav. So she's telling Arnav, I'm going down, beta. The little this thing Atya is there. He's playing inside. Just keep eye on him, okay? And it will take some 10 minutes for me to come back, okay? So just take care of him nicely and closing the door, and don't allow any strangers to get in. Don't open the door for strangers. So when she is instructing this way, very simple thing, taking care of the younger sibling for 10 to 15 minutes. Is your child is able to do that? There was a huge question mark on that father's face. The second question I asked, simple thing. When Arnav wants to have chips to eat, he wants something very favorite dish or something chips or something or chocolate or something which of his liking. And if he goes to some shop with you and you just stay little outside of the shop and you tell, okay, take this 50 rupees, go inside and take whichever favorite chips of yours, ask the shopkeeper, that vendor, what's the cost, and just give the money and take the remaining money back. Okay. So when you instruct all these things to Arnav, whether Arnav is going inside and performing this task, like okay, choosing the right this thing, chips for him, then giving it to the vendor, giving those 50 rupees, maybe the chips are of 20 rupees, taking 30 rupees back. Little bit. He's 6 years old. I will not say that he will know mathematical calculations to such an extent, but getting the money back, whatever dad has instructed, is he following those things on his own? Then the dad was, again, there was a huge question, and he nodded his head like, no. Then my question was, and I did not, overwhelm them by asking more questions like this, but there are 10 things which I wanted to ask. I couldn't ask because the father, the mother seemed very much overwhelmed. But then my question was, if my child is able to perform 200 pieces puzzles altogether and is not able to perform age appropriate skills, life skills, then what am I looking for? What am I gaining? So this question, every parent whose child is on spectrum or by any other condition is neurodivergent, they have to ask themselves, what am I actually gaining? Sending the child to therapy centers. See, I am not against of any uh, conventional therapies or therapy centers or any particular stream of therapeutics. I am not against that. But you know what? When I got to know about my daughter, Devu, when she was around 5 months of age, that my child is little different. She is not gaining the things, achieving the things as per the age. She is missing out certain things. Then I got shattered. Not because I found her on spectrum, but because I belong to the field of rehabilitation. I'm a consultant. I'm a speech therapist by profession, as you all know. So, as a speech therapist, I was very much practicing the current conventional therapies on children with autism, and I was quite aware of their limitations. I had not seen any child progressing like any smart kid, any smart kid, neurotypical kid of his or her age, smartly. I always say that I didn't find him, you know, developing smart like a street smart child, a lively child who can talk a lot, who can express emotions, who is arguing, who is fighting, who is, putting his views, and who is all alert about the surrounding, who understands sarcasm, who understands who is good, who is bad. That I had not seen. I had not created a child like that. That was the point which was bothering me and which made me think little more deeply about autism, about what exactly my child needs. And then, with, I will say, relentless efforts of 17 years, now Arula for Autism is in front of an approach which is so concrete in its nature, so unique in its nature, that it is kind of everything for a parent who needs his or her son or daughter to be raised in a very productive and successful way. Okay? So think about this and give a thought. I'm taking this my child to different therapies and running on. I'm putting money, I'm spending money like a water. Am I really gaining that what I exactly want for my child? Very important. And it is not a rocket science. Raising a child, neurodivergent kid, is not a rocket science. The world has made it so difficult. We have found a way. But the only thing is that your vigilance plays an important role. Use your wisdom, use your vigilance, and decide what I want to gain, where I want to see my child, how I want to see my child in the future. Hari Om, Shri Ram, Ambadu, Nathasama, Nathasama, Nathasama.